Welcome back to the Joski and Good podcast. My name is Joski, along with my co-host.
Goob.
We're back. A Saturday episode. We've never done a
Yeah.
weekend episode.
No, we
Saturday
haven't.
episode, but that's because today, and it's not because we missed Tuesday and Thursday. That's because today is the day Michigan plays for a right to Indianapolis to play in the national championship.
Yes.
National championship, to play for it, not to win it. But in our opinion, we said this on the last episode. Michigan, Arizona today at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time p.m. Michigan 1.5 point favorite. This is the real national championship in our eyes. No disrespect to UConn, no disrespect to Illinois. Obviously, both of them had to take out, or Illinois didn't have to take out a number one, but both of them had to take out a number one or take out a team that took out a number one to make it. So I don't know. I feel like this national championship, just because it's the last 2 1 seeds remaining, the best two teams in the country. Say what you want about Duke, whether or not they were the better team than UConn. You know, you really can't judge that.
Well, you
because
just can't play a game that close. I mean, if you're true number one,
you can't choke a lead like that either, too. So,
and the ending of that game was just terrible ball handling.
Oh, 100%, definitely 100%. Hard to say anything about that. Besides, you gotta hold on to the ball. You get the ball across half court, you win the game. Essentially, get the ball across half court, you win the game. Essentially, But yeah.
Today's going to be the biggest test for this team for Michigan. It's just they evenly match up against Arizona. As a Michigan fan, I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit nervous. If our bigs get into foul trouble, we may have some bigger issues. So
I've never been nervous about anything ever. So we're gonna win by 40. I've never been nervous about anything.
Yeah, ever. I'm a lot older than you, and I've been through a lot of things with Michigan. So
I'm pretty old. I'm getting up there. Come on, I'm pretty old.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm pretty old.
Yeah.
I'm on the verge of I'm pushing 19.
Hey, when you get to Jesus's age, then we'll talk about you.
I'm pushing 19. I'm pushing 19 here.
Yeah.
All right. So I have some questions for Goob about, and I'll give my opinion, but just some questions to move the podcast along about today's game, and just questions in general. Will Elliot Cadeau be good to go? He had that health scare as they were on their way here. He had an allergic reaction.
He's going to be fine.
Is he going to be good to go?
Yeah.
How is that going to affect his game, pace-wise?
Okay, from an allergic reaction, it doesn't. I'm a healthcare provider. I'm a nurse. Questionable allergic reaction doesn't stay for a long time. You can treat it acutely, treat it quickly. It's not gonna stick around.
I don't know.
I do, because I'm a nurse.
I don't know. You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was more serious than they like to put out.
No.
How many points will Yaxel Lendenborg have? He's had a really nice run. I think he scores at least 20. I think he gets at least 20.
I was gonna go 25.
20, 25, good range for him to be at. If he goes higher,
and his defense, he needs to play his defensive game. So I mean,
100%. He's a walking 25, 7, and 5. He'll get you 7 boards. He can get you 5 assists as well. He can be very effective. If he has a good night, we have a good night.
That's one thing that not just him, but the whole team, their selflessness of, do I have a shot? I do, but you know what? Somebody else has got a better shot, and they dish it off. So exactly. I mean, it's they know how to spread the ball around, and they've played enough games together that this this time of year everything should be dialed in.
And it seems like it is. It seems like it is dialed in. So it seems like a really nice dialed in team right now, especially how we won last game, just beating the brakes off Tennessee in the Elite Eight. That's crazy. Like, that game just kind of says, like, hey, we're ready to go. Arizona handled their opponent quite well as well. I'll give Arizona the credit for that. They handled their opponent very well as well.
Yeah.
Not as dominant, though. Not as dominant. So, a lot of people got Arizona win this game. It's basically a coin flip, 50-50 toss-up. Obviously, Michigan's favored, but being favored by 1.5 points.
It's not being favored.
It's a 50-50 toss-up.
Exactly.
No one's taking – you're not taking Arizona one plus 1.5 if you don't think they're going to win. You're not taking this because you think they're going to lose by 1 point.
When you have a point spread that, it's basically the Duke UConn game. It's just one shot.
It's literally,
yeah.
So, you never know. And like we said, to get off of Michigan and Arizona, talk about the other two teams that have had a great season, have made it here. UConn heroics last weekend to somehow win that game. UConn or Illinois, who has a better shot? Not to win the game, because in my opinion, I got Illinois winning today. But if either team were to make it to the national championship, facing Arizona or Michigan, which team has a better shot to dethrone the number one that they would face?
UConn. They have got the playoff experience. They've got the playoff. They play. I mean, they beat Duke, and we struggled against Duke, and then during the regular season. And I know, tournament times different style of ball, but they beat Duke, and they played Duke close. I mean, they were down by 19. I really at halftime I just kind of said, well, Duke's got this in the bag, right? Yeah. And that's why you can't stop watching, because things change around. I mean, they pulled out and they got defensive stops. They made shots, and then gets that game winner against Duke. So I'm not discrediting Illinois. Illinois has played their butt off to get to where they're at. But
I'm looking at the numbers here.
But Illinois is not Duke, man.
I'm looking at the numbers here. Illinois has dominated their way through these playoffs, similar to how Michigan has, similar to how Arizona has.
Yeah, but
UConn's had some close calls.
Okay, but how strong of a bracket did they play in?
They beat Pennsylvania, by 35, scoring 105 points. So they did what they're supposed to against a 14 seed. They play VCU, who had just knocked off number 6 Carolina the week before, beat them by 21. They play number 2 Houston in a game where they're not favored, whoop them boys by 10.
That was definitely a definitive game for them in the tournament.
And they play the hottest team in college basketball at the moment, Iowa. Whoop them boys by, I think that's.
Well, I'm not saying that Illinois has
12,
not earned their
whoop
spot
them boys by
in the
12
Final Four.
points.
They've definitely earned their spot.
We can look at UConn's path. Only beat Furman by 11. They only beat their 15 seed matchup by 11. They handled UCLA by about, I think, 16 points. Only beat Michigan State by 4, and only beat Duke by 1. So if this game is close, I think UConn can take it. But I think Illinois can get out to a start, like get ahead. And I think, unlike Duke, who kind of got pushed back and who's been up on everyone all year and doesn't expect anyone to come back, no, Illinois is gonna keep the foot on the gas.
Well, the reason why I'm going with UConn, they played in the toughest bracket of the tournament.
Okay.
The East was the toughest. I mean, they had all the bigger teams, the bigger names in that division, and it was not, not an easy task. It wasn't going to be an easy task for Duke. So,
I do say that, yes, I agree. UConn getting out of the hardest bracket does account for something. There's something about Illinois, though. There's something about Illinois that I'm just thinking. I'm thinking it's a Big Ten year. I'm thinking it's a Big Ten year. I think it's going to be Illinois, Michigan.
I think my biggest concern for all 4 teams is they've been off for over a week.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be rusty. It's going to be a rusty start.
That's what scares me about this, like the Final Four, is they push it back so far.
I hate how they do that. It's April. It's not even March anymore. It's April.
And these guys have been able to, especially with social media, listening to all the hype and what this guy says and what this guy says, and you can't tell me as a player you can block that stuff out. You do listen to it, and you shouldn't be listening to your press clippings. It just go in and play your game, what you've done all season and what you've done in the tournament. So
I agree. All right, the official Joski and Goob podcast. Each of us have a different result of what we think the national championship is going to be, but these are our predictions. Goob over here, I believe, from what I'm getting from you, you're picking Michigan, UConn.
Yes.
All right, I'm going Michigan, Illinois. So, little contrarian here from the one matchup, but we'll see. And
so let's talk about that for a second. if we have an all Big Ten final, Michigan, Illinois, do you think part of the country is going to turn it off because one of their teams is in it?
That always happens. That always happens when you have a same conference national championship. You know, when you have two teams from like the same conference playing, some places around the country are going to find that boring. Same way, if two teams from the same side of the country, like in the national championship, it was Miami and Indiana. Everyone was like, "Oh, West Coast fans are going to want to watch this because it's Miami and it's Indiana. They're all the way on the East. Who cares?"
Yeah, it's true.
They're the two best teams. They're the two teams that made it. If you're a real sports fan, you'll watch it. And if you just don't like college sports, then you won't watch it. That's fine. Or if you don't like either of the teams and you're like, "Oh, my team should have made it," or "Oh, this and that," don't watch it. No one's asking you. No one's forcing you to watch it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, if it ends up being Arizona and UConn or Arizona and Illinois, I'm still going to watch it Monday night because it's the national championship.
It's the national championship, exactly. At the end of the day, it's a national championship at the end of the day. But yeah, that's all we have for the national championship. Let's get into the Tigers. They are 4-4. Started off 2-0, lost 4 in a row. We have now won 2 in a row. So we won 2, lost 4, won 2.
Let's talk about that four game stretch with no wins. It was what I've said since the beginning before spring training. I'm worried about the offensive production. Now it's so hot and cold. I mean, you look at our last 2 games at home. We're producing runs. I mean, today was phenomenal. You know, what, 3 home runs?
3 home runs. Carpenter, Torres, and Vierling all hit home runs today. But also, I will say this. First game, Diamondbacks, that's the Verlander game. Well, get well soon. Justin Verlander just put on the IL today for a hip inflammation. So tomorrow, Kiter Montero will start. We'll get into that later and how we think he's going to do. But, yeah, Verlander had his game where we only scored runs in that 1 inning. So that's 1 inning where we scored runs. The rest of the time we didn't score any, but we lost 9-6. Next game, first game of the losing streak was Flaherty. We got shut out 3-0, so 0 runs. Next game, we only score runs in 1 inning. Next game is Mize, 6 innings, 9 Ks, like great game from Casey Mize, and we don't get any offense going. It's not that we don't get any offense going. Vest and Jansen blow it. We lose 7-5. We lose.
Well, next game, Vest did well today. So.
Yeah, today he did well, but obviously he got him in a jam, and then Jansen came in and was supposed to have a 4-out save and just got cooked. That we lost 7-5.
Well, that was what was impressive about Flaherty today is the second and third inning he got into some jams, but he pitched his way out. Mm-hmm. So
unfortunately, I think in the 4th or the 5th inning, when he got into another jam, they took him out, and Anderson ended up giving up the grand slam, and most of those earned runs end up going to Flaherty because he was the one that started the inning and got those runners on base. But it's okay. He had a good game. He had six Ks, and he got that off speed. He got the breaking ball working, and he worked it in with the fastball. So he can just do that. As long as you stop hanging the knuckle curve in the zone, I'm happy with you. I'm happy with you, Jack Flaherty. You know, we don't need 2024 Jack Flaherty. We need you to just be okay. You know, here's how it's going to go. All 5 of our pitchers. We're going to include Verlander in here, but we'll also talk about Montero in a bit. Tarek, need you to be great. Every time, need you to be great. Please, just play your game. You're going to be great. Framber, we need you to be pretty good. We need you to be a step below great, which you have been. Flaherty, just be good. Be good. Mize, just be okay. Verlander, just be decent. That's all we need from you guys. That's all we need. That's all we need.
But we need bats to score runs to protect.
I'm saying our pitching is going to take us as far as it's going to take us this year.
Right.
Because then the third, obviously the 4th and last game of that stretch before we played the Cardinals.
Well, that's just
the 1-0 loss to the Diamondbacks.
The so-called experts have Detroit taking the Central this year. It's like, well,
I'm scared of the Guardians.
We're only what 8 games in? Come on, man.
I'm scared.
I mean, Cleveland is legit, dude.
they just beat LA in a series.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, we talked about it. They didn't make any moves. They didn't really sign anybody. But somehow, my buddy Royce is a Cubs fan, and he feels the same way about the Brewers. The Brewers don't really do much, but they're just always good. Like, they are perpetually good. No matter about playoff success, they will just perpetually win their division. So, we talk about it. The Brewers and the Guardians are the same team. No matter what they do, they're going to win 85 to 90 games. Even if they don't, the other teams in their division are going to lose more games than they do, and they're somehow just going to win. Like, it always happens. I'm fine with second place in the division. I don't care about a division title. I care about making the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. I don't care. Yeah. The Blue Jays. Did the Blue Jays even win their division last year? I think they did. I think the Blue Jays won their division, but they were close with the Yankees.
Yeah.
And you know, it's all stuff like that. That's just I don't really care. But
well, I know we're only 8 games in.
We're 8 games in, so we've won 2, we've lost 4, we won 2.
Yeah, and our rookie phenom, dude, that
Kevin McGonigal batting .333 right now, phenomenal. Colt Keith, shout out Colt Keith. He has no homers, but he's batting .417 to start the year. Great idea moving. I think they moved him to leadoff, which was great. Kerry Carpenter, shaky start.
Well, that's the
shaky
thing
start.
About AJ.
I don't know why he was leading off. I don't know why Kerry Carpenter.
About our manager AJ, he always is mixing up the lineup, which is I think pretty cool because then you don't get teams who can predict you. And he's getting guys in the lineup that can get hits like in the 8th and 9th position.
But also
to produce runs.
His roster management though to start the year was horrible. Kerry Carpenter should never be a leadoff hitter. Kerry Carpenter last year only drew.
Okay, at the beginning of the season, you're putting guys in positions to see what they can do, and if they don't work out, then you do adjust.
I'm not putting in the guy who only drew 11 walks last year. I'm not putting that guy. I need guys that are going to get on base. You put guys that are going to get on base or at the leadoff. Your best guy, your guy with the best on base percentage at first in the lineup. You put your best hitter at second. McGonigal should be at second all the time. He gets on base. He gets good hits. He gets doubles. He gets RBIs. He's had 2 home runs that he should have had, but either one got robbed and one just barely missed. Like, you put your best hitter second. Then I want Glaber somewhere in there. Glaber gets on base. Glaber drew like 80 walks last year. These numbers might be hyperbole, but he drew a lot of walks. His on base percentage is high. Kerry Carpenter doesn't have a high on base percentage. He set the record for most strikeouts in the first 4 games. He struck out like 10 times in 4 games. Like, what are we doing? He hit a home run today. He had a good day today, so I'm not going to...
Well, this is why we're not the manager of the Detroit Tigers.
I mean, I think we would be about 6-2 if I was the manager of the Detroit Tigers. I said it, not Goob. I said it, not Goob. Let's talk about our 1-2 punch here. Skubal and Framber combined through their first 2 starts, respectively. 25 innings pitched, 19 combined strikeouts, only 2 earned runs. A .75 ERA from Framber and a .69 ERA from Skubal. Not much more you can ask from a 1-2 punch.
No.
Valdez is literally consistency over the first 2 games. 6 innings pitched, 5 Ks, both times. Gave up 1 earned run in his first start, 0 yesterday. Skubal has, I think, 1 earned run, and that was the home run from Corbin Carroll against the Diamondbacks. So not a bad day, not a bad start to the season for either of them. The K numbers are a little low for Scoobs. He went 7 innings, only had 3 Ks against the Diamondbacks, but 7 innings of one run allowed.
All right, let's talk about that for a second. Do you think that has anything to do with the strike zone being changed?
No, I'm all for it. ABS is one of the best things to have in a baseball because now you don't get refs taking over games, but it also forces you to be smart about it. You have to be smart about it. You only get 2 challenges a game you only get 2 chances to be wrong. If you're wrong 2 times, you don't get a challenge the rest of the game. So I personally like ABS. I think it's the similar thing to the pitch clock where it's made baseball more fun, more watchable. I don't think it's due because I've looked at the pitches. He's just getting a lot of hit balls. People are hitting balls off him. It's not like he's getting bad calls or calls that would have been strikes are getting reversed. That's not really happening much to him. It's just he's getting balls hit and we're fielding them. We're getting outs. He's not giving up a lot of hits. It's just he's not getting batters to whiff as much. And because I think Mize in his 1 start has the same amount of Ks as Skubal does in his first 2. Skubal has 9. Mize has 9 in 1 start. Yeah. Speaking of that, Flaherty and Mize look good. Flaherty obviously, did good today. Got the win. Mize looks good. Just phenomenal game from him last time. Unfortunately, that he got sold by our bullpen. Verlander on the IL. Montero tomorrow. The offense is waking up. 11 runs today, 3 home runs. We talked about that earlier. Funny, you just kind of read my mind there because that's literally what I was putting on the thing to talk about. And then, can Montero give a quality start? His last start was September 27th before he got some relief work in the playoffs, but he did have some games started for us last year. He also played, I believe he played for Team Venezuela. I think he won the World Baseball Classic. I believe he did. He was on the winning World Baseball Classic team. Guys, don't if I got that wrong, don't cancel me, please. I swear. I saw him in one of the games. I saw him play. I'll even look it up.
I think here's a side note that's helping the Tigers right now is they're playing in Michigan and it's 70 degrees in April. That's not typical. It's usually in the 40s. So, the temperature is helping them.
I don't think he played. Who did he play for? I don't know what flag that is. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what flag that is. Yeah, he played for Venezuela. Never mind. Yeah, he played for Venezuela. He got in the Italy game and then the game against Nicaragua. But yeah, so during the playoffs last year, he had some good relief experience. He did some relieving in the really long games against the Mariners. And then when we had a bullpen day against the Mariners because the game, I think we had a bullpen day on one of the things. But yeah, so Montero's last start was September 27th of 2025. 2-1 win over Boston. 4.1 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 run, 1 earned run allowed, 7 strikeouts, no walks on 76 pitches and 52 strikes. A good start. That's a good start. That's a quality start.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you got St. Louis.
I guess against a quality team too.
Quality
Boston
team,
was,
Yeah, I almost said Celtics. The Red Sox.
Yeah.
Quality team there. So I think he can do very well. I think he'll do pretty well today. So I'm hoping, or tomorrow. I hope he does. I think he'll do pretty well. Yeah, I don't see much. I don't see much pushback from the Cardinals. Like obviously they had pretty, 6 runs is a good day. 6 runs usually beats the Tigers because of how bad we are at scoring. But also sometimes it doesn't. So tomorrow on Easter, St. Louis is starting Kyle Lee, and then Keider Montero is the probable pitcher for the Tigers against St. Louis batters. He does allow. St. Louis batters are 8 for 25 against him with only 3 strikeouts, so that's a 320 average against him. But also, most of the time that doesn't matter. Most of the time it's just the day. So yeah. So tomorrow we get a good a Keider Montero start at 4:20 p.m. tomorrow, so or Pacific Standard Time, might I add, today. But yeah. So, and then I'll actually just check here. Who do we have after that? We have the Twins after that.
Yeah, but is it? I thought they are on the road and then back home. I think it was like I looked at their.
Yeah, we're on the road.
So,
we're on the road
for the next 3. Series, come back and go back on the road. So it's kind of weird.
But since it's a 4-game series, since we're playing a divisional opponent, the Twins, and judging by our rotation, that means we're gonna get Mize on Monday, Skubal Tuesday, Wednesday Framber, and Thursday Flaherty. That's going to be our guys. So we're going to see all 4 of our pitchers against a divisional opponent. So that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's early, let's see how it goes.
It's early, yeah. That's all I really have for today. It was going to be, we knew it was going to be a short episode. I got to get to work. We knew it was going to be a short episode. Do you have anything else you want to say, Goob, before we end the episode?
Well, so I really, all the media have been watching on the Michigan football. Pretty excited about, us with all the recruits that we've got. Spring ball sounds like it's going well.
That's good.
Bryce is doing well. We had a quarterback, Hurley who transferred from LSU. Now he went into the portal. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, why would you come here knowing that Bryce? Well, we went and got for Bryce that Bryce is the guy until So I mean, the other rest of the quarterbacks are just like you guys are gonna be on this practice squad. So,
until further notice, you're on the practice squad.
So I thought it was interesting what I saw yesterday, and so we've got this player on Michigan football from Germany, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head. That originally was on the defense, but they're moving him to O-line. So we'll see how that transpires.
We'll see how that goes. Yeah.
I mean, you play one line, you can play the other. I mean, it's pretty.
Most high school players will do both. There's not many specialists unless you're like a skinnier D end, and it's like, you're not playing the offensive line. Like,
but yeah, so I thought that was an interesting move on their part. And I mean, there's been talk about the guys that transferred in from Utah, which is smart on their part because Michigan has been known to produce NFL quality players.
Mm-hmm.
And, not to say that Winningham didn't do that in Utah, but he's got a bigger stage to do it here in Michigan.
Exactly. Better opportunity.
Better opportunity for these kids to, come out. And then, we've got spring football right now, which is the UFL. I'm a little sore about the fact that they
I watched a single game because they took Michigan's team.
Yeah, so Michigan. Well, the thing of it is Michigan Panthers went to Columbus. I mean, you talk about a dagger in the heart, But the thing is I watched that Columbus game last night against the Defenders for the first quarter, and I have to say that the UFL is doing their part. I mean, though that stadium that they played in was at least 3/4 away full. I mean, it was like they came out to support the Aviators, which is good because that's what you need for this sport is for fans to come and support them, which in Michigan it was kind of mediocre, but of course we're playing at Ford Field. I mean,
it's expensive
I mean, and to be honest with you, the Aviators last night, they looked like you're playing in a high school stadium, but I mean it's still
it's still professional ball at the end of the day.
Professional ball, and guys came to play. I think their rules are a little, they're pretty interesting. Like that whole 4-point field goal.
So that's crazy.
Yeah, if you pick a 60-yard field goal,
it's 4 points.
It's worth 4 points. So
that's why I think.
And the other thing I thought was cool is if you get the ball past the 50, so you're on your opponent's side of the ball, you can't punt.
You can't punt across the 50.
Can't punt across the 50. So you either have to go for it or kick a field goal.
That could be an interesting rule. That
Yeah. I'm interested to see how that plays out because cool. That's actually a pretty interesting, philosophy of getting it so that way you can't, pin that opponent so deep in their own end. So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that takes away a skill of the game though. That's a skill to be a punter and be able to do that.
Oh yeah, do a coffin kick. Yeah.
It kind of takes away the skill of it. It's good for them. I like UFL kind of being like the experiment zone of like, all right. The NFL is like, all right, we're thinking of implementing this. You guys try it.
You look at the NFL kickoff right now. That came from the UFL.
Exactly. So I definitely think it's the NFL being like, hey, guys, league meeting. Let's try this here. And if we like it, if fans like it, we'll move it to the NFL.
So here's something. I know it wasn't on topic, but here's something off the top of my head. What are your thoughts on the NFL referees going on strike or not? Because
we have replacement referees this year.
Yeah, we're gonna have replacement referees. So as of right now,
but that also means that the new rule in place about being able to challenge calls, like reverse, like challenge certain calls, not just like plays, but calls. You can make like pass interference, or if it's egregious pass interference or defense pass interference, you can review it.
Yeah, but is the replacement refs gonna hose the game, or is the quality of the game gonna go down?
I don't know. I remember. I think wasn't it last time we had replacement refs? That's when that one game where it was Seahawks, Packers, where like the guy caught the ball at the end and the Packers defender had it, but the Seahawks receiver had it. One guy went touchdown, one guy went like touchback. Like I think that might have been a replacement ref season. I don't know. That was a long time ago. I was like. I was barely conscious. I wasn't sentient yet. I wasn't as sports bally as I am now. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be an interesting dynamic.
Okay. I think that's what we have right now.
That's all we got. Hey, we'll see you guys.
We'll see you guys today. So go blue, go blue. So
we'll see you guys Tuesday or Wednesday.
Thursday.
Or Thursday. I'm just saying when I work, I work those days. So probably maybe Wednesday. Wednesday might work.
Okay.
We'll plan this privately. I don't know. We're not planning it in front of you guys. Sorry about that. Just so you guys know.
All our fans, make sure you hit up all our social medias.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like some feedback and get some input. We're still working on building the show. Try to get some guest speakers on.
It's just everyone's busy. Everyone's busy. Everyone's busy. So. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. You got anything else, Goop?
Nope, that's it.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Happy Easter, everybody. Enjoy your Easter because it's Easter weekend. And we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, y'all.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.